Hello, and glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about time management. And I'd like to know what you think about time management. And then I'll give you what I know, and then we'll go from there. So, first of all, as you're coming on, as you're hopping in, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know time management, what you think about it. It's something that I've been doing, gosh, I think since I was a nurse, so that's 40 years this year. Um, and I did a lot of what they call time management. And I just took it that's what I learned in nursing school. And that's what I learned as I was, even when I was getting my other degrees that I thought were going to really bring me to a place where I had more than enough to take care of my family, my friends, and others, but that didn't happen. So today we're going to talk about that and see what you have to say about it, what you think, and then we'll go from there. So let me introduce myself to those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders. Here we go again. I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects and leads and sales online. And I do that in a variety of ways. I use attractive marketing. I use lead generation. Sorry, I've been having this dry stuff for a while in my throat. And I got my water right there. I also use video marketing. So sorry for those interruptions. It's like it was kind of blocking my throat for a second. Those are the ways those are the things that I use to help, as well as giving updated, modern, and trending tips and strategies to help those people that I most want to help, and that is people like me, people that are business builders that are out there, doing things that we don't really like to do, or if you're online, you're doing maybe things that you don't like to do because you feel it's invasive, it's rude, it's um, spammy, any of those types of things. So I just didn't like building that way. Some people do great in that. I just did not. I didn't want to do that, and especially after I, started bugging my family and friends. So let's get to it. What do you know about time management? And drop your answers in the comment box, and I just want to know what you think about it, because I'd heard this before, but I guess I just didn't really, it didn't go into my head, didn't, my brain didn't have room for it, or it was making room. But when I heard it again, I thought that's very true. So I'm gonna go on, since I know that sometimes there's a lag in answering questions, or you might be busy or whatever. And if you're catching this on the replay, that's fine as well. You can still answer, and if you have questions or whatever, I'll come back to you, as well as those of you that are here with me now. So I heard once again in the week shop, the quarterly workshops that we have in the mentorship program that I'm in, and there was that thing, time management again. And I had, as a registered nurse, I had been, um, um, I don't want to say a tutor. I was more like when you're orienting people to new positions, they're RNs, they have experience, but they wanted to go to a different area of nursing. And so you have to, figure out what that is. And and the way you do that is you have a preceptor, and that's what I used to do. And so there was all of this talk of time management and all, and I that's just what I've done. When I was a manager, I did the same thing. And, so to try and look at it in a different way for me was a little difficult. But I did find that, it makes sense. We only have 24 hours in a day, and there won't be any adding on to it. There won't be any taken away from it. At the time that we don't use, that we, don't plan, the time that we don't, that we just kind of let, because time is fleeting, because it's 24 hours, and it's, and before you know it, I mean, and it's happened to me, like even this week, and last week I looked around and I was like, oh my gosh, my timing was off. My little I use this egg timer. I'm doing what's called a Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro, I'm sorry. And so I time what I'm doing. I started off with a smaller amount of time, and so I started off with 15 minutes for certain things that could be done without, having a timer, that, I'm just, I have a schedule of how I want to do that. And, so basically, you are the one, doesn't matter how much, we've been told that, you are the one that controls how you're going to use that time. So not so much time managing you are going to manage your time, and you manage it, well, no, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I came out wrong, because we cannot manage time. What we can manage is what we do with the time we have. We can deal with the time that we have. And I think it's kind of, even when we would plan, set up schedules, and do all of that stuff for our different positions, that we've had in our life, jobs, whatever. Um, it's a matter of changing your way of thinking. It's a matter of looking at it as what it is. It's something that you can use, and you can plan what it is that you need to get done within a certain amount of time. Like I said, when I first started this, I thought I was going to, start with 30 minutes and give myself 20 minutes off. And I did find out when I was at my workshop that the person who first started teaching us on this and helping us to learn this um, Pomodoro technique and talking about time management was JT, and he's one of our leaders. And so I can, because I used to get so puzzled. How can you not manage time? But it's not a matter of managing time. It's a matter of managing you and what you do with that time. So you gotta. So let me look at my little notes here. So being aware, first of all, that we all only have 24 hours a day. Our bodies need to rest, so we do need sleep. So whatever timing you set has to be good for you, has to be good for, if you have family, it has to handle those non-negotiable things that you have to do. If you have a full-time job and a working a side, business, then that's something that you would have to schedule out and make sure that you have time. And as you're doing this, you also got to think about you. And we've kind of talked about this before, but not so much from this standpoint. I am now looking at the time that I use in a different way. And I'm using, like I said, I mean, I have a phone, but I I just like this egg timer. It's something like the tick 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 tick. It just kind of actually soothes me and keeps me on track. And then when it bings, sometimes it makes me jump. So I'm still trying to figure out which way it's going to be better for me, the phone or the egg timer. But that's what I'm using. And the other thing is, like I said, when you plan what it is that you're doing, the things that are non-negotiables, you have them all written down, whatever time frame that is. And there's also, like you might have some projects that you want to do. So you may want to put, yourself in a time block, for certain days, or, maybe on the weekend, and that time block is set for that period of time for you to go and do whatever that is, whatever project you're doing. Like for me, I use it when I'm learning, relearning how to do reels. So I time block that and a couple of other things in there with it that go along with it. And it's one of those things I just never thought about, and that's why I wanted to share it with you, because when they said, "You can't manage time," I was like, "Oh, yes, you can." To myself. But, I found out that you can manage it yourself, and it's important as you are doing this, sharing that with your family, with your employees, with your partners, with, whatever your business is. You want to make sure that you share that information. So this was going to be just a short one, so I'm going to go on and get off of here. But if you have any questions about this, I will trying to get something off blocking my way. I'm going to I'm available for questions. If you can message me in Messenger, and we can maybe have a talk about it if you have some questions, or whatever. And if you can't do it now, you can do it later, that's fine. Or even, I know we're in the holiday season, but our work, our businesses don't just shut down, so it's really important to make sure that that is a part of your time. So, my birthday is this weekend, and I'm still doing, and then we just had Christmas, and boy, was I tired after that, but we had such a good time. But anyway, and I hope you did too. So I'm going to go on and get off. And remember that you can connect with me in Messenger if you have any more questions about this. We will go into it a little deeper, maybe another time. But I just want you to think about that. And the Pomodoro technique we'll talk about in at length at a different time. So take care wherever you are in the world, and have a great rest of your day and whatever it is for you. So I'm going to go on and say bye now. Bye.